Pray there, friends, and good morning from the Magic Kingdom. It's your boy, the Pin Trading Pastor, and we are back with another round of pin trading. Again, we're just getting out here to start 2026, and I'm very excited to be with y'all. Again, I've heard, didn't get them last time, but I've heard the 2026 Hidden Mickeys are out. We'll be on the lookout for them, but that's not the name of the game today. The name of the game is quite simple. We haven't played it in a while, this challenge. We are playing Disney Duos Pin Challenge. We need to find 10 of the famous Disney duos. We're talking duos like Mickey and Minnie, Donald and Daisy, Goofy and Max. You could do Ariel and King Triton, Stitch and Lilo, people like that. We've got to find duos, and so that's what we're on the mission for. Obviously, we've got all sorts of different pins, scrappers, real pins, all sorts of fun. But we're on the hunt today. We're bringing you along, so come along for the ride. Let's see what we can find. All right, so as we get started here at the front of the park, I do want to show you what pins we're going to be trading today. Here we go. This game requires tons and tons of scrappers. It usually does not involve many real pins, though I do have those if we need them. So here's what we're going to be trading today as we head around the park and start here on the front right-hand side. I do have some real pins as well. I do want to show you those in case we come across any of those Hidden Mickey pins for 2026. Here you got an angel, you've got a couple different pins. That's not angel, that's the other one, but I don't know the name. You've got Evil Queen, you've got Scar, you've got a few of those villains there. And then on this side, you've got a Donald, you've got Hulk, you've got a Stitch. And so we have plenty of real ones as well. I'm excited. I'm excited for this challenge. Let's get it done, see what we can find today. All right, so our first pin board is going to be located right here at the locker rental and wheelchair rental facility. And so we'll walk over, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need today. All right, friends, here is our first board of the day here at the locker and wheelchair rental facility. And as we make our way around the board, I think I know which two I'm going to start with. We're going to go with Lotso because I know I'm going to find a Woody or a Buzz somewhere. So we're going to put Lotso right there. And then I think we're going to go ahead and do... Let's do this one. We'll do Sally because I know I'm going to find a Jack Skellington here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and do this Minnie right here because I don't see that on the board. And let's do Dale right here. And we will move on to the next one. Our next pin board is going to be located right here at the stroller rental facility. And as always, as you walk under the railway here, you're going to take a left. There is a walkway right here. You're going to walk down it, head to the desk, and a cast member will show you that board. All right, here is the pin board at the stroller rental facility. And I think I'm going to do this guy. We want to do Daisy. I think I'm going to find a Donald somewhere along the way. And I want to do Minnie because I know I'm going to find a Mickey along the way. So we're going to take these two right here. Let's go ahead and leave behind this H and this D, and we will take these two for our game today. All right, so as we walk away from the stroller rental facility, we're off to a good start. We've got Lotso, we've got Sally, we've got Minnie, and we've got Daisy. And so we've started our pair game. Man, my poor board is getting tore up already, but we're off to a good start. Our next pin board is going to be right here at the guest relations here in the front of the park. So we'll walk over, take a look, see their board, and see if there's anything we need. All right, here is the pin board found at guest relations. And as I make my way around this board, I think I know which two pins I'm going to do. I'm going to complete a couple duos. I'm going to take Mickey here. So we're going to take that guy, and I'm going to take Jack right there. And so we're going to go ahead and trade this guy right here for Mickey because that's an authentic pin. And this is your reminder, always trade authentic pins for authentic pins. And for our Jack right there, let's go ahead and leave this Goofy, and then we will move on to the next one. All right, so we're off to a good start. We completed our first duos. We have got Sally and Jack. We have Mickey and Minnie. And the next pin boards are going to be found right here in the Emporium. There should be two of them, so we're going to walk in, take a look at this first one, head to the back and take a look at that second one. All right, we did run into a pin trading cast member here, and look at their pin pad. We do need a Buzz to go with our Lotso, so we're going to trade for Buzz right there. And let's go ahead and leave behind, why don't we leave behind Jesse, take Buzz, and that'll complete another duo for us for our game. All right, here is the first pin board located inside of the Emporium, and I think I know which two I'm going to do here as well. I'm going to take Abu, because I do think I'll find a Jasmine or an Aladdin on this venture. And I'm going to take Tigger, because I know I'm going to find someone from Winnie the Pooh here. And so we'll go ahead and take these two here. And let's go ahead and leave behind this right here. We'll leave behind this guy. And let's leave behind Jiminy Cricket. And we will move on to the next one. All right, we did run into another pin trading cast member here, and I know I'm going to find an Ariel, a King Triton, somebody along the way. So I'm going to take this Ursula right here, and we'll go ahead and leave behind. Let's leave behind our owl right here. Take Ursula, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, here is the second pin board located here inside of the Emporium, and I think I know what I'm going to do. We need a Donald to go with our Daisy, so we're going to take this guy. And I think I'm going to do this Pluto one, actually, because I know Pluto and Minnie go together. And so we're going to take these two. And let's go ahead and leave behind this Minnie. And let's leave behind Baymax. And we will move on to the next one. All right, so as I make my way out of the Emporium here at Casey's Corner, I do want to give you an updated scorecard here for our Disney duos. We are doing quite well. We've got Lotso and Buzz. We've got Sally and Jack, Minnie and Mickey. And Elsa yelling, "Let it go." We love that. We've got Daisy and Donald, Tigger, Pluto, Ursula, and Abu. And so we are well on the way to completing Disney duos, which leads us to our next pin board, right here at this Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella. All right, friends, here is the pin board located at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella. And as I make my way around this board, I know which two I'm going to take. I'm going to find an Oswald later, so I'm taking this. I believe her name is Ortega. I could be dead wrong with that, but that's what we're going with. And I'm going to take this Minnie to go with Pluto, and we are going to leave behind. Let's leave behind this guy right here, and this one right here. And we're going to take Ortega, and we're going to take Minnie, and we are on to the next one. All right, so a nice score there at the Guest Team Blue Umbrella there near Casey's Corner. We're going to go ahead and skip the next one, but I always remind you, check the Crystal Palace right here. They generally have a pin board. I do not see their person outside with it today, and they're kind of at a brunch time, and so I'm going to skip it. And so we're going to head on to Adventureland and check the next board. All right, so as we make our way into Adventureland here, the next pin board, at least the next set, is going to be right over here at this merchandise cart to the left-hand side of the bridge. That is going to be called Buona Bob's, and that is where our next pin board will be. All right, friends, here is the pin board at Buona Bob's just as we make our way into Adventureland. And as I make my way around this board, I think I know which one I'm going to take. Just one. We're going to take Oswald to pair with our Ortega. And so let's go ahead and leave this one right here. We'll leave Hades behind. We're going to take Oswald, and we are moving on to the next one. All right, so as we continue our trek through Adventureland here, normally, and I say normally, there's normally two pin boards because right over here at the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, there's normally that really cool plant pin board. That's not there today. But there is a pin board right here at this Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella, so let's take a look and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, here is the pin board located at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella as we've started into Adventureland. And I'm not seeing anything. I don't even see a new pair that I want to start. And so I think this is going to be the first board we do not take anything off of. All right, so here's a quick update on our Disney Duos Pin Challenge. We've completed quite a few. You've got Lotso Buzz, you've got Sally and Jack, Minnie and Mickey, Donald and Daisy, we've got Tigger. We'll find somebody Winnie the Pooh somewhere. You got Ortega and Oswald, you've got Pluto and Minnie. Looking for something Little Mermaid to go with Ursula, and looking for something Aladdin or Jasmine to go there with Abu, and we still have an empty slot, so we're looking for that now. Our next pin board is going to be located here at the bazaar near the Aladdin and Jasmine meet and greet, and it is going to be right over here at the checkout counter. And so we'll take a look, see if there's anything we need, and go from there. All right, friends, here is the pin board found at the bazaar, and as I make my way around the board, I think I know which two I'm going to do. We've got a genie there. That will go with Abu, so we're going to take that guy. And I think I'm going to take this Goofy right here. So we're going to take these two right here. And this is an authentic pin. I checked before I put it down there. So we're going to leave this right here for Goofy. And then for our genie, let's go ahead and leave this Mickey right here. And so we will move on to the next one. All right, so the Goofy that I took there was not for the game. It was kind of for my own personal collection. I don't want to try that one, I don't think, because Goofy has a ton of people that would go with him, but kind of his most famous is Max. Max is a very, very hard pin to find on pin boards, and so I don't think I'm going to go with that. But an updated scorecard, again, to have you take a look. I'm not going to announce each one out, but I'm just going to give you a show there. Take a look at that. We are getting close, getting close. Need something for the Little Mermaid. Need something for Winnie the Pooh, and I really got to figure out what I'm going to do with that 10th duo. All right, it has been a minute since I have seen the Pirates of the Caribbean queue come outside of the building. But that's the way it is today. It says it's only 35 minutes. I'm not riding it, but not going to test it. But it probably is about right, but still, long wait. The next pin board is going to be at the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, and we are going to go through the exit. It is right over here between these two bar doors. So we're going to walk in, take a look, and see if there's anything we need today. All right, here we are at the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, and here is the pin board. And as I make my way around the board, I'm not seeing anything I want to do here, but we do have a pin trading cast member, and I know what I'm going to do for my 10th duo. Let's do Chip and Dale. So I'm going to trade right here for Dale, and let's go ahead and leave behind this one right here. We will take Dale, and we will move on to the next one. Hey, we got a Jack Sparrow sighting at Walt Disney World. Never a bad time when you spot Jack Sparrow at Magic Kingdom. Meet and greet going on, not doing it. We are pin trading today. But good to see you, Jack. Good to see you. Our next pin board right here. Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella. Let's take a look, see if there's anything we need today. All right, so I kind of waited in that line for nothing. The Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella just outside of Pirates of the Caribbean there did not have their pin board. It's okay. We need to, we'll stop back. I don't think we will. So we're gonna head over here towards Tiana's, Bayou Adventure and those gift shops and see what we can find. Our next pin board is gonna be found right here at the Critter Co-op. And so we're gonna walk in, take a look and see if there's anything we need for our Disney Duo Challenge today. All right, here is the pin board located at the Critter Co-op. And as I make my way around the board, I'm not seeing anything I need for our challenge today, but oh wait, yes I do. That's Ariel. So we're gonna take Ariel. Perfect, we're gonna take Ariel to pair with Ursula. Let's go ahead and leave behind this Mickey here. But why I was getting a little sad is because look at this, there is a pair on the board. There is a Stormtrooper, there is Darth Vader, but that doesn't matter because we've already locked our 10 in and we are taking Ariel home for our game today. All right, so as you can tell, we are down to our last two. We need to find Chip, and we need to find a Winnie the Pooh or something to go with Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. That's it. We have paired everything else, which leads us to our next board right here at Tiana's Bayou General Store. Let's walk in and take a look at that board. All right, friends, here is the pin board located inside Tiana's Bayou General Store. And again, we are down to one Winnie the Pooh pin, and we are down to one Chip pin. And as we look around the board, we actually have a pin trading cast member as well. I'm not seeing any of those that I need on either of these, and so we will move on to the next one. And once again, we've stumbled upon the parade. Look at these guys. Got the Incredibles, you've got Woody. They are getting it down. All right, so we're down to our last two. Like I said, we need Chip and we need something from Winnie the Pooh. And so we're gonna take a look at this pin board because the next one here is Big Al's. That's the one we're gonna look at here in Frontierland, see if we can finish this Disney Duos Challenge right. All right, here is the pin board located at Big Al's merchandise cart. And again, we are down to our last two and I see one. This one is gonna pair very nicely with Tigger. We're gonna take Piglet. So we're gonna take Piglet. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's leave behind this strawberry right here, take Piglet, and that leaves one more on our Disney Duos Challenge. All right, so I guess now is as good a time as any to give you a drip check. Drip check, and as you see, the hat I've got on today says Make Heaven Crowded. And as the pin trading pastor, it's my job to go out and disciple. As Christians, it's our job to go out and disciple, to make disciples who make disciples. And so that's what we're doing. We're trying to make heaven crowded. We're trying to tell as many people about Jesus Christ as we can before we pass from this earth. And so that's my motto. That's what I'm into. But I want to show you the shirt today. It says, pray hard. Let me get you a good, there you go. Pray hard. And my friends, prayer is so important. It is so important because it's our lifeline. When we read the Word of God and we pray to Him, that keeps us in relationship with Jesus Christ. And so I encourage you, if you don't pray, pray. All you got to do is talk. Go into a room, close the door, talk to your Lord. Talk to Him. He hears you. He knows you. He created you. And so have that conversation with Him. Stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so our next pin board here in Frontierland is right here, the Frontier Trading Post. And so we're going to walk in, take a look, and see if there's anything we need for our game. All right, friends, here is the pin board located inside of the Frontier Trading Post, and we are down to just Chip. We need a Chip pin to pair with Dale. And as I look around this board, I don't see Chip, not even a little bit, and so we'll move on to the next one. All right, here's your daily Magic Kingdom reminder to check the Getaway Stagecoach line. They normally have a pin board. I think they might today. Looks like they do. Let's head over, take a look, and see if we can find Chip to finish this game out. All right, friends, here is the pin board located at the Getaway Stagecoach line. And as I make my way around the board, there it is. That is the last pin we need for our game today. That is a Chip pin. We're gonna take that guy. We're gonna leave that one right there, and that will finish our game today. And boom, just like that, we completed our game. Getaway Stagecoach line for the win. And yeah, that was awesome. And so let's go ahead and show you our board, show you the final tally here. We have Lotso and Buzz. We have Sally and Jack. We have Minnie and Mickey, Daisy and Donald, Tigger and Piglet. We have Abu and Genie. We have Ursula and Ariel, Pluto and Minnie. We have Ortega and Oswald, and we have Chip and Dale. And so that does it. That does it. We completed our game. So what are we gonna do with the rest of the time? We still got half a park to walk through. We're gonna hunt for those pins. I know those 2026 hidden Mickeys are out. I know there's some good pins to be found, and so let's take a walk around the park, see if we can't find some good pins the rest of the way. All right, so now that we've completed our game, the next board we're gonna look at is found right here, the Ye Old Christmas Shop. Let's walk in, take a look, and see if there's anything we need.
Options.
All right, friends, here's the pin board inside of Ye Old Christmas Shop. And as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything I need. We do have a pin trading cast member as well, so we'll take a look at that pin pad. I've already completed the game, or else I would have definitely taken that Winnie the Pooh, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so our next two pin boards are going to be located right here inside of Liberty Square ticket office. And again, as a reminder, that second one comes out at 11 a.m., so let's take a look. All right, here is the first pin board located inside of the Liberty Square ticket office. And as I make my way around the board, nothing that we need for our collection, and so we are on to the next one. All right, here is pin board number 2 located inside of Liberty Square ticket office. And as I make my way around the board, that's a real guy right there, but we don't need that one. And so we will go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so just another daily alert. Always check the cast member pin pads in Columbia Harbor House. They usually have some. We're gonna walk in and look. It is peak lunch hour, but let's find out. All right, friends, like I said, we did a trivia, and the question was, there's that Daisy Duck, I'm gonna win that. But the question was, Stitch in his commercials appeared in movies before his time, and the answers that I guessed were Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid. So we're gonna trade right there for this Daisy Duck. And let's go ahead and let me grab my pin pad here for this Daisy Duck, because I wanna take that home. Let's go ahead and leave this one right here. We'll leave this guy here, and we'll take Daisy home. All right, so an awesome score there at Columbia Harbor House, getting that Disney Duck. The next pin board is gonna be right here, Memento Mori. So we'll walk in, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need today. All right, friends, here is the pin board located at Memento Mori, also known as the Haunted Mansion Gift Shop. And as I make my way around the board, again, now that we finished our challenge, I am not seeing anything we need for our collection, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, friends, so I had to pop on here as I jumped out of Memento Mori because I am super stoked right now. We found our first hidden Mickey of 2026, and I want to show it to you. Boom. Look at, come on, give me some focus. There it is. Look at how beautiful that pin is right there. That is the first one we have found, and it was a trivia question. I had already turned the camera off when I was walking out, and she said, hey, do you want to do trivia? I recognize you. I was like, yes, please. And the question was, what 4 holidays are celebrated in Liberty Square? And the answer was President's Day, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas. And so I got them all right, and I was able to get the first 2026 hidden Mickey pin of the year since I've been out, and I'm super pumped about that, but I had to show it to you. Let's show it to you one more time. Look at how pretty that is. Look at how beautiful. That is the first one. So friends, they are out, and we are gonna find them. Let's go. All right, so I'm still riding high. Huge shout out to that cast member over at Memento Mori. Again, I didn't expect to find one, but we found it. Our first 2026 hidden Mickey. Super excited. But now we're walking through Fantasyland, and now we have a new place to look, and it's gonna be right here. The PhilharMagic Gift Shop, right here at Fantasy Fair. Let's walk in and see what we can find today. Super pumped right now. All right, friends, here is the pin board located inside Fantasy Fair, the PhilharMagic Gift Shop. And as I look around the board, there is nothing that we need for our collection, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so I had to pull over here next to PhilharMagic before we go to the next board to try and contain my magic, or my excitement. It is magic, but my excitement, because I am pumped right now. As I left Fantasy Fair, I had a trivia question. Vanessa, awesome cast member in there, had a trivia question. The question was, which castle do we share with another Disney park around the world? Our Cinderella castle is the same as the one in Tokyo Disneyland. And so the trivia question scored, boom, this guy right here, the Lightning McQueen Wave A for 2026. And so we are 2 for 2. I'm telling you, they're out here. I'm super pumped about that. So we found another one for our collection. Super excited, super pumped right now. All right, so our next pin board is going to be located right here at Sir Mickey's inside the gift shop. And so we're going to walk in, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need today. All right, friends, here is the pin board located inside of Sir Mickey's. And again, we have finished our game, so we are just on the hunt for our collection. And as I make my way around this board, I am not seeing anything we need, and so on to the next one. The next pin board we're going to look at is located right here, 100 Acre Goods. It's the Winnie the Pooh The Adventure Ride here gift shop, and so we'll walk in, take a look, and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, here we are in the 100 Acre Good gift shop, and as we make our way around the board, again, we are on the hunt for anything authentic, those 2026 Wave A's that have just come out, and I'm not seeing anything we need here. Got a cast member pin pad here again. Oh, we've got 2 cast member pin pads, so we'll take a look at those. But nothing that we need for our collection today, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so as we make our way around the backside of Magic Kingdom, the next board is going to be located right here in front of Be Our Guest here at the Guest Experience Blue Team umbrella. So we'll take a look and see if there's anything we need today. It's always a good time when you see the Mad Hatter and Alice out here at Magic Kingdom. All right, and here is that pin board at the Guest Experience Team Blue umbrella. And as I make my way around this board, there is one I am going to take. I'm going to trade for this guy. I know I like this collection here, so we're going to trade for this guy. And let's go ahead and leave this guy right here. So we'll leave this one, and we'll take that one for our collection today. All right, so the Be Our Guest pin board is currently under refurbishment, which means it's probably being refreshed. Now, I don't know if I have the time to go back and look at it, but that would be a good time to probably spot one of those new 2026 Hidden Mickey pins. Not sure I'm going to go back, but yeah, not going to stop at that one today, which means here's our next one, Bonjour Village Gifts. Next to my boy Gaston, we're going to head in, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need today. All right, friends, here is the pin board located at Bonjour Village Gifts. And again, we have finished our game, so we are on the lookout for authentic pins that go towards our collection. And as I make this way around the board, nope, not seeing anything we need here, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so the next 2 pin boards, or at least a pin board, is going to be found here inside of Storybook Circus. They usually have 2, but we're going to head into Big Top Souvenirs right over this way. Take a look and see if there's anything we need today. All right, here is the first pin board located inside of Storybook Circus. And as I make my way around the board, I'm not seeing anything that we need for our collection, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so just the 1 pin board today inside of Storybook Circus. Nothing on there for us, so we will continue on. I know our next pin board is going to be located at Star Traders, so we'll head right over there. Fast forward in time. You'll see me in just a second. All right, so through the power of time and cinematography, here we are, Star Traders. That is where our next pin board will be. Let's take a look and see if they have anything we need. All right, friends, here is the pin board located inside of Star Traders, and there are a couple good pins on here, and I think we are going to trade for 2 of them. I think we're going to trade for this Donald Cupcake right here, and I think we're going to trade for this guy right here. And so we're going to take these 2 here. Let's go ahead and leave behind Pain and Panic. We always want to leave a good one. Again, your reminder, leave a good pin if you take a good pin. And let's go ahead and leave our droid right here. So we'll leave these 2 here, take these 2, and we will be on to the next one. All right, friends, here is the pin board located inside of Tomorrowland Launch Depot. And as we make our way around the board, man, you can tell that is a very fake, very small pin. But I like this guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and trade for this guy right here. And let's go ahead and leave behind. We'll leave behind our Scarlet Witch t-shirt. We'll take this guy and we will move on to the next one. All right, the next pin board we're going to take a look at is found right here inside of Tomorrowland Launch Depot. Let's walk in, take a look. Board's usually in the back, but it's kind of slow today, so it might be in the front. Let's walk in, take a look, see if there's anything we need today. The next pin board we're going to look at is found right here at the Guest Experience Team Blue umbrella, right next to the Merchant of Venus. And so we'll take a look, see if there's anything we need today. All right, here is the pin board at the Guest Experience Team Blue umbrella next to the Merchant of Venus. And as I make my way around the board, there is nothing that we need for our collection today, and so we'll move on to the next one. All right, so no pin board at the Plaza restaurant. Like we talked about last time, it's under construction, meaning not even being refurbished. or refreshed, it's down, it's broken. And there was no pin trading cast member at Starbucks, so the next pin board, gonna be right here, Main Street Cinema. Let's walk in, take a look and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, here is the pin board located at Main Street Cinema. And as I make my way around this board, I'm curious about this guy. I'm gonna take a look at this guy here. I don't think we need that one, so we're gonna leave that guy. I'm not seeing anything on the board that we need for our collection, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so we are down to our last 3 pin boards of the day. We've got one here at Tony's Restaurant, one right in there, and then the other one over at Curtain Call Collectibles. And so we've got 3 inside of this building. Let's walk in, take a look and see what we need today. All right, so the next board we're gonna look at is right here, Box Office Gifts. And so we'll walk over, take a look and see if that pin board is available today. All right, here is the pin board at Box Office Gifts. And as we make our way around this board, I have most of these and I don't see anything that we need today. And so we will move on to the next one. All right, so what is up with all the pin boards being broken? The one at Tony's Restaurant is also broken, and so able to hit Box Office Gifts as you just saw. Last board, right here, Curtain Call Collectibles. Let's walk in and see if there's anything we need today. All right, friends, here is our last pin board of the day here at Curtain Call Collectibles, and as I make my way around the board here again, not seeing anything we need here, and so we will move on to the next one, which is none, because this game is over. All right, friends, well, that's gonna do it for us today here from the Magic Kingdom. And again, it has been an awesome, awesome day of pin trading. Before I even get into the closing, the 2026 Hidden Mickeys are out. They are out, I'm super pumped. Gonna show you those right now. Reach back here, because that's where I put them. But look at the 2 we scored today. We got Perdita, and we got Lightning McQueen. Come on, camera, focus with me. Camera, there it is. Look at how nice those 2 pins are. Super pumped to have got those today. But we were actually here for a game today. And so I'm gonna tell you about that, show you that we did finish that in kind of the video. It was early in the video, but take a look. We did finish the Disney Duos Challenge. Here you go. You've got Lotso and Buzz. You got Sally and Jack, Mickey and Minnie, Daisy and Donald, Tigger and Piglet. You've got Chip and Dale. Dale's a little rough. You've got Ortega and Oswald. You've got Pluto and Minnie, Ursula and Ariel, and you've got Abu and Genie. And so we completed our challenge. And again, today has been amazing. It's good to be back out for 2026. And so we are focused, we are out here, but just so y'all know, as you can see, the 2026 Hidden Mickeys are in fact out. And so again, let us know what you want us to do. Let us know what kind of challenges. We've got some big goes coming up, the A through Z challenges. We've got all sorts of different things coming up, but it's a pleasure to bring you this. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on all the other socials. It's Pin Trading Pastor. Everywhere you go on every social media, you will see me. As always, friends, love God, love people, stay blessed.